Kilo Bravo 6 Romeo Quebec uniform, old Bozo 61, over.
Okay, we got it. She got it and said thank you. That's what we need for now. That helps me, shortens the time and the number of repeats we have to do. If you guys start each time when you call in with your number and your call, that would be helpful. Particularly when you're booming in like you are. Good signal, Rick. Great to hear you. Thanks very much for making the Sunday night net here. And I imagine it was quite a bit cooler down there today, over.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it really good, except for all the smoke from the fire there over in the canyon there. Still burning. They haven't got it put out yet. It's been 3 days.
Okay, that's not the biggest one. The big fire is over in San Luis Obispo area, but you've got a different one. What is your fire called? Do you know the name?
Oh, no, I don't. I'm sorry.
No worries. Do you have any idea how many acres? You say it's pretty much out now. It's just smoldering. Is that it?
Not sure, because I don't have no TV or anything to get any information off of. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, no worries. Very good. Anyway, you're sounding good. Is your 6-meter antenna functional, over?
Yeah, it's the rotor that I'm having problems with. I can't get it turned quite enough your direction, although you're hearing me.
Yeah, I'm hearing you fine here on this band, and I'm sure I'll hear you on 2. I mean, on 6 meters. The other night you came in so late that I didn't bother to turn, and Rob had picked you up, so we didn't bother to turn. But we knew you were in there, and of course you did get checked in, so thanks much for that. As you know, the only night that we're late getting down to you is Monday night, because we usually start in the north on 6 meters to keep the boys in Nevada from waiting for me to get there over 2 nets worth high. So we start in the north and end up with you. But we can always pick you up if you come in early and can get through to somebody that can hear you like Rob did the other day. Anyway, good evening, and let's see if we can hear anything from Ben. Ben had some kind of a problem the other day with the power supply, and he was really weak in here. I think he was only running about 5 watts. He thought he was running 50, but I don't think he was running anywhere near 50. But who could tell? Let's see if he's in there tonight. Ben, let's see if you're there. N6SWR Bakersfield, K6MYC. Okay, nothing heard from Ben in Bakersfield there. Who else do we have in the San Joaquin Valley? We're looking for a lot of people, and then we'll go over and check with Atascadero. There's a fire over there near Atascadero in San Luis Obispo. That's the big one in California, and it's certainly not contained yet. But it is, it's not, I don't think, doing too much damage home-wise. It's burning a lot of territory. Oh, it is burning some homes, too? Yeah, Judy says, it's doing some home damage as well. So I haven't heard much about it, except we know it's a big one. All right, let's see. Anybody else in the San Joaquin Valley here for check-ins to the 2-meter Bozo Net, K6MYC? I'm stunned with the response. Yeah, Judy has a report, and she thinks this is close to correct. Apparently the big fire near San Luis Obispo has burned as many as 135 structures. And we don't know what that means. That could include barns and other things. But anyway, it's not nice. It's not good to have anybody having their belongings go up in smoke here. Anyway, a lot of this stuff could be prevented, but we just can't seem to get our head around that. Okay, that's KD6BQ. KD6BQ 249. We hear you, Richard. Roger, Richard, we got you. Roger, KD6BQ, K6MYC. Roger. I'm listening for the weak voice that's down in underneath there. I think that's probably the LA boys talking. Viewers at LA, K6MYC, Bozo 47, over.
Yeah, Mike, Bozo 47, Whiskey 6, Papa Mike Delta, Bozo 58, how copy?
Okay, very good, Pat. W6, Papa Mike Delta, not real strong, but we've got you. 58, W6, Papa Mike Delta, number 58. Thank you, Pat, over.
Roger, yeah, you guys were booming. You're about 10 over about 5 minutes ago. And went to talk to the local here on Perth and came back. But Pat, we got on the log up there, and we got you in down here. If there's anybody else that wants to check in down south, I'll stand by for a minute. Whiskey 6, Papa Mike Delta.
Okay, real light copy at the moment, Pat. I didn't get it, but we've got you checked in. We do have you checked in. Thanks very much, and good evening to you.
Good evening, Mike. And we'll talk to you guys soon.
Anyway, thank you very much, Pat. Good to hear you. Maybe we'll hear you a little bit stronger later with other people as well. K6MYC, 2-meter Bozo Net, Northern California, standing by for other check-ins. Over, over. Wow, well, we maybe better go over to Atascadero and see if Ron is there. We'll head toward Atascadero. I wonder where Rob is tonight. Rob seems to be missing. WKM6SRR, are you downstairs eating dinner, Rob? I expect you to race upstairs and answer, over. Yeah, sure. Okay. Over there toward you, Ron, W6QUI or KN6EIV, W6QUI or KN6 Echo India Victor, K6MYC. Are you guys alive and well over there?
I think we are, Mike. Good evening. I'm here. I don't think Eric's going to be on, but sometimes he surprises me. K6MYC, W6QUI.
Okay, and you might spout your Bozo number because Judy's copying you just fine, and I want her to hear that. Your call sign and your Bozo number all together, and then she'll get the handle on these things, over.
Oh, very good. Good evening to your assistant there. Yeah. Name is Ron. Atascadero, W6QUI, and Bozo is 1055. Over.
She got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
There you go. You got through perfect, Ron. Good deal. Yeah. On the side of things, Frank, if you're listening there, Frank W6BBS, we still have to work on a better speaker arrangement here. This one's okay, but I would prefer to be able to hear it in the Bluetooth at the same time she's listening in the speaker, because I'm not doing very well with a speaker these days. Anyway, thank you, Ron. And you might want to take a standby for Bill over there, KB6 Whiskey Romeo Whiskey. We'll stand by. Sometimes I hear him, sometimes I do not. Over.
Okay. Well, let me call him. Forgot his prefix. Anyway, Bill, are you around there tonight? W6QUI. Or anybody else? I guess I'm the Lone Ranger again.
Yeah, how far are you from the fire that's closest, I guess, to San Luis Obispo? How many miles are you from the fire, and are you having any smoke, or is it blowing away from you?
Yeah, no smoke. I didn't even know there was a fire. So, yeah, usually when it's in South County, we don't see much of it or get much effect. The fire there was one there a week or so ago, and one day the smoke blew up here. Otherwise, I wouldn't even have known about it. Over.
Yeah, okay. You're like me. If you don't see the flames licking over the hills behind you, you're not too worried about it. But we like to keep track of it for other people. And of course, my kids, my son and his wife have a home in Napomo, which is closer to San Luis Obispo than you are. We're not too worried about it. They only have a motor home on their property, and they have 5 acres that's pretty well open. So the chances that they would have any fire damage would be minimal. But it would be interesting to find out how close it's to them. But we didn't hear any comments from them. We did talk to my son today on the phone about noontime. But he made no mention of it, so it must not be a big deal over there to them either. Anyway, thank you, Ron. Let's see, is there anybody else that wants to say hello to Ron while we're still pointed that way? W6Y on hold, K6MYC standing by. Oh, quiet on the western front, Ron. It's just you and me and the gate post.
Yeah, sounds like it. I heard a real weak signal in there. I don't know who that was.
Well, maybe you can call them up, have them try it again. I heard nothing here. Go ahead and give them a call.
It's too weak to even read his call, but QRZ, if somebody was calling, W6QUI. I heard nothing that time, Mike, so continue with the net. I'll stand by here, W6QUI.
Roger. I don't think it came from up here. It might have been the LA boys, or it might have been the imaginary voice in the coming from the heavens.
Every time you stood by, I heard somebody.
Anybody else in there for Ron or just checking into the net? This is Mike, Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, Delta Mike 07, Bozo 47, net control for the 2-meter Bozo net. Over. I don't hear anything here, Ron.
I heard it again, but it's very, very weak.
Well, we did have a guy the other day that checked in from Santa Barbara. He was mobile on top of a mountain there in Santa Barbara, running about 50 watts and a little log periodic antenna, but I could actually hear him. That's really unusual because Santa Barbara is behind the big mountain for me here. I've got Hildreth Hill, which is 1,800 feet high and is due south of me right toward Santa Barbara. So I just do not hear signals from Santa Barbara, but this guy was getting through because he was on top of the mountain there and must have had a real clear shot. But I don't think that was him in there tonight because I would have heard him. He was quite Q5 last week. And I think Frank heard him and 2 or 3 other people. All right, we'll let you go, Ron. Thanks very much. We've made a lot of chatter here. I may go back to Bakersfield one more time and look for N6SWR, and if nothing, then we're going to go up to Monterey. 7-3, Ron. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow night or Tuesday for sure on 1296.
Okay, very good, Mike. Yeah, I did work the guy down there. He was booming in up here with the antenna pointed at you, believe it or not.
Yeah, no, he had a great signal, didn't he? Yeah, and that's the guy I was talking about. But you would have heard him in your place. You know, he would have been just crushing you.
I heard that guy again. QRZ, who's calling? Over. Oh, it sounds like he's in there again.
I don't hear anything. Is anybody copying anybody on the frequency in Northern California here, over?
Oh, this guy's in Santa Barbara.
No, I know that. I was just asking if anybody else up here in Northern California was hearing what you're hearing.
Oh, okay.
KM6SR, just turned on the radio.
N60 something. Anyway, the Santa Barbara station, try again, W6QUI.
Gotcha, Rob.
I didn't hear him come back.
Did you get him, Ron?
Oh, I heard somebody else in there again. Wow, they're coming out of the woodwork here.
Well, that was Rob. Rob, you want to say hello to Ron down there, Tascadero, over, Rob?
Okay, yeah, I just went by there and went over down to Bakersfield. Now I'm back. How you doing, Ron? W6QUI, KM6SRR.
Oh, we're doing fine, Rob. Good evening. Yeah, copy is good over here. Yeah, I guess too bad we couldn't get the Santa Barbara guy in there. I was copying him a little better that time, and then he disappeared.
Well, it might be the same guy, but on a different hill or something.
I think he's back in there. The Santa Barbara station, try again. You're quite weak here, W6QUI.
He said he was still there.
Yeah, he's still there.
You can rotate him, Ron.
Hang on, he's in there.
You can rotate for him.
Okay, his Bozo number is 967. Over. Get that, Mike?
Got it. We got it. Thank you. We'll look him up. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Yeah, he's pretty weak, but he's readable most of the time. Anyway, we got you checked in, W6QUI.
I think that's the same N6 that we had the other day, but Rob can check it. 967, Rob.
I think he's not at the same location tonight.
Yeah, I just clicked it on. Give me a minute.
Roger.
Yeah, that's Keith, N6KTH.
Yeah, that's the same guy. I think he's at a different location, though, because that's why we can't hear him here, Ron.
Yeah, well, he's actually putting in a very good signal that time. He's probably mobile, running around somewhere, maybe.
Yeah, he may be. That's N6KTH, Kilo Tango Hotel. What's his name? Ken, is it? Ken.
Yeah, N6KTH, if you copy, are you mobile or fixed station? Over. Okay, he's portable and he's parked somewhere at the moment. Are you at the same location you were last week? Over. I don't think you got that. Are you at the same location as last week? Over. Okay, well, we got you. You are checked in. You are checked in. Over. Yeah, I don't know if he's at the same spot or not. Anyway, he is checked in, so yeah, he's up and down here. W6QUI.
Okay, well, thanks for the help, Ron. We got him all checked in here. And I don't think that was him in the same location. He must be trying other spots that are easier to get to. That's my guess. That's what he would do, and he would see who he can work, and he can still check in with you, so he doesn't have to go to the top of the hill, at least until he's working the contest or something. Thanks, Ron. We'll let you go, and we'll head on up to, do you want to try one more time for N6SWR, Rob? I hate to make you bounce back and forth there, but could you look for Ben? We did get Rick, okay, but no Ben.
Roger. N6SWR, Ben, are you on tonight for the 2-meter Bozo Net? This is KM6SRR with K6MYC. Standing by. N6SWR, KM6SRR. I don't hear Mike. I just got the radio turned on, so I'm a little late to the program.
Okay, no problem. 73, Ron. We'll see you Monday or Tuesday. W6QUI in the group, K6MYC going to Monterey.
Okay, 73.
I think I heard somebody in there. Want to come again? There you are, Ben. Yes, I do. A little weak, but I got you there. N6SWR, KM6SRR. Okay, Ben, we got you checked in. Thanks for being there. Okay, Mike.
Yeah, he must have something wrong there. He had a power supply problem last week, but obviously he's going downhill on every week. It's something making things worse and worse and worse there. I probably could have heard him if I was pointed that way, but he was really weak. All right, thanks, Rob. Thanks for bringing him in. We got him logged in. N6 Sugar Whiskey Radio. Okay, I'm in Monterey now toward WA6LIE. WA6, excuse me, I've got bubbling up on me here. WA6LIE. WA6 London, India, Echo, K6MYC. Scott, are you in there this evening?
Hey, very good evening to you, Mike. K6MYC from WA6LIE. You're pounding in tonight, Mike. You sound very nice. Let's see, what else was I going to say? Oh, other than that, yeah, you're sounding really good, Mike, and hopefully you're copying me okay tonight. Over.
Yeah, I'm copying you fine, but do me a favor. I'm copying you so good that Judy's hearing you right out of the speaker. So when you give your call one more time, give us your Bozo number, okay?
No, okay, very good. And good evening to you, Judy. My call sign Whiskey America 6, Lima, India Echo. Bozo number 618-618, over.
Thank you very much, and how are you?
I'm doing okay, Judy. Week by week, getting a little bit better. Taking a while, but doing okay. Thank you, over.
Good news. Keep at it.
Okay, very good. Good to hear it, Scott. By the way, Judy had her first cataract operation on Wednesday last week, and she's starting to see pretty good now. It isn't completely where it should be yet, but she's starting to get some nice clear vision at times. It was a very bad cataract, and it was very cloudy for the first few days, and that doctor said that's normal when the cataract is very large. So she's getting there, though, and the vision is now exceeding, in some cases, the right eye. She did the left eye. Oh, no, you did the left eye, yeah. And now the left eye is getting better than the right eye, which has the same bad cataract. So all of a sudden now the left eye is taking over and helping her a little bit here. So that's good. She's taking the drops and doing a thing, but she was only in surgery for about a little over an hour, so they really got this down pat. We talked to one guy, one of our Bozo members, that had the same thing done in the 50s, in the late 50s, and he was face down in the hospital in a face-open pillow for 4 days with this same operation, over.
Well, I know times have changed, surgeries have changed, you know. It's amazing how a lot of the stuff is outpatient now, whereas, like you said, you used to be in the hospital for a couple of days, and it seems like nowadays on certain operations, you walk in the morning and, walk out in the afternoon, like, over.
Yeah, that's what they're doing, even with knees. I have a friend whose wife had the knee, and she was out the same day. No hospital stay whatsoever. It's outpatient. She was walking the first day and walked home and has been walking ever since. So it's amazing what they're doing and finding that the body can tolerate. And actually, it's almost better to be active as you can within the limits of the pain. So anyway, it's amazing. So we go in for the second cataract, and her other eye will be fixed in 3 weeks on August, in the August area, mid to late August. So that's we're looking forward to that. All right. right. Good to hear you, Scott. I don't think too much is going on 6, but we'll look for you tomorrow night on 6 meters in any case. Until then, 7-3, WA6LIE, Monterey, K6MYC.
7-3, Mike. Yeah. Have a good evening.
Okay, thank you, Scott. I'm going to move the antenna up toward Tom, but I'm sure Tom can hear me already. Tom, if you're in there, pick it up. KW6S, KW6 Sugar, and or AF6 United, K6MYC. Go ahead.
K6MYC, KW6S. Yeah, I'm here, and I just got an email from Lee, and he says he won't be checking in tonight because he has to swap radios around or something. So, but he should be on 6 on Monday night. But otherwise, it's been a pleasant weekend here, and good to hear that Scott there is coming along, and the cataracts are doing fine. My sister just had that done, and sounds like a very similar situation. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, Roger. Tom, do me a favor and just say your call one time and your Bozo number so Judy can hear it and get used to hearing your call and your number right together. Over.
Yes, that would be Tom, KW6S, number 610.
Got it.
Okay, thank you, she said. I let the mic open before she got her thank you in there. Got it. Thank you, Tom. Anyway, good to hear you. Good, strong signal as always, and we'll look for you tomorrow night on 222 and 6 meters as well. I think everything is normal for us this next week. This last week was a little hectic with the 2 visits into town, one for the surgery and then one for the follow-up, but other than that, we survived. And it's been cooling off here. It was beautiful today. Temperatures in the 90s, very, very pleasant. We got the cooler going on us right now, but we almost don't need it because it's only about 90 in the shack here, or maybe a little less even. Anyway, 7-3. Thank you, Tom, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Looking forward to 222 and 6 meters from the shack. By the way, we're getting our final changes and so on to our solar system, and now we've got even better performance, and we can run the air conditioners most of the time and stuff. We can't quite run through the whole night with the batteries we have with the air conditioners, but the air conditioners really eat the batteries, even all 12,000 watts that we have, even though they're all charged up. But we run the swamp coolers, we can make it all night easily, and that's what we're doing when the weather drops back down into the 100 and below area. So that's coming along just fine, and we're planning the next upgrade. KW6S for your final. Okay on Lee. We'll look for him maybe tomorrow night on 6, perhaps, K6MYC.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I have a hybrid Jeep, and there's a 14 kilowatt hour battery in there that it only takes it like 25 miles or something, but I dug into it a little bit, and there's 400 volts available, but that's not real convenient for running an amplifier in the Jeep or anything, so I don't know if I'm going to pursue getting the 400 down to 50 or not, but might be a project to undertake one of these times. But sounds like one more battery pack and you're in good shape there. K6MYC, KW6S. See you tomorrow night.
Yeah, well, we're on the long term. We're looking at adding another 3 of the 50 by 100 amp ones. But not immediately. We're kind of trying to stretch our dollars a little bit here and there. Got some other expenses that are in queue here, and I'm trying to watch my P's and Q's a little bit, but we're planning it anyway. Anyway, and of course, along with all that, the prices keep dropping ever so slightly, a little bit at a time on that stuff, so that also helps. 7-3, Tom, we'll see you tomorrow night. KE6MYC clear with KW6S, and I'm bumping the antenna up toward the Bay Area, lower end of the Bay Area, QRZ, K6MYC, 2-meter Bozo Net.
In 5MPD 1129.
Key November, India.
Okay.
It is.
I hear 3 of you in there. N5NPB. I know Judy heard your 1129, but I'll read it, repeat it. You just said it beautifully. And that's Brett. And good signal, Brett. And then we also heard you, Gary, WB6WNI. Very nice signal. Stand by a second, Gary. And I think I also heard Jim, WB6JNN. Hang in there, guys. Go ahead, Brett.
Well, good evening, Mike and Judy. I'm getting chased by mosquitoes here, so I'll make it brief. So, very nice weekend. The temperatures were great. So, and Merle wanted me to pass along to you, KO60HI, that he has his 4-element 6-meter beam up, and he will be actually transmitting tomorrow. So, when you're pointed towards Modesto, give a listen for him. That's all I got tonight. Over.
Okay, very good. Well, we'll do that. We hope to hear Merrill tomorrow night a little better than we've heard him. Most of the problems that I've been having on 6 is this solar noise. If we wait long enough, it'll be wintertime, and I won't have to deal with it because it probably only is bad like that in the summer. In the winter, the solar noise isn't near as bad. It's a temperature-related thing. But, boy, while it's warm, it's quite severe. But maybe he'll be able to get strong enough with the 4-element that he'll get over that. Thank you for that piece of information, Brett. We'll let you go, and we'll pick up the other boys there. But good to hear you, and we'll certainly look for you tomorrow night on 6 as well. N5NPD in Newman, K6MYC clear. Thank you. Okay, no, over to you, Gary. WB6WNI, repeat your call and your Bozo number for Judy, K6MYC.
Good evening, Mike and the net, and I will say it slowly. WB6WNI, Bozo number is 1090. So I hope Judy picked that up. You are again blasting in tonight, so it's really, it's nice not having a lot of static like it's been in the past. But anyway, we'll try tomorrow. Keep, I'm always interested in 6-meter openings. So if any comes up, you can always announce them on the net. But otherwise, we had a fairly cool day, only 78 degrees, and it was nice. Anyway, we'll say, I'll turn it back to you and say 73, but yeah, coming in beautifully.
Okay, very fine, Gary. And Judy heard your 1090 very nicely, no problem at all. And she said thank you. But good deal. And we'll look forward tomorrow to hearing you on 6, of course. So, and find on the cooler weather. Yeah, it was cooler here, but cooler for us is not what you had. I think we were in the 90s, low 90s, or 92. What was it? 92. 92 today was the peak. Okay. So really, really pleasant for us, and down about 10 degrees from what it's been running. And so it wasn't bad at all. And I did work outside for a while doing some weeding. What's new? The water grass is growing like a weed at this time of the year. Hi. Back to you, Gary, and then we'll take a standby and see if we can hear Jim in there and others. WB6WNI, Campbell, San Jose, K6MYC.
Very good, Mike. K6MYC, WB6WNI. I actually talked about Campbell. I asked Mike QFO to check in tonight. We'll see if he remembers. I told him, hey, the net's on tonight. And this is time to do it when it's nice and strong signals, very strong signals. Anyway, nothing more here, Mike. I'll say 73 to you in the net, and Jim is here because I can hear him very clearly. K6MYC, maybe 679.
Yeah, it is nice to have nice, quiet receive conditions, isn't it? Really makes work at VHF and weak signal work a pleasure. Thank you, Gary, and we'll keep an ear out for QFO. It's been so long since he checked in, I don't even know what his number is anymore. What is it?
You know, I don't know. I think it's in the 800s, I believe.
No, he's not 800, but he's something that's pretty.
In the 800s.
Yeah, I think he's in the 800 there somewhere. I can't remember what it is, though. Anyway, we'll look for him, and hopefully he'll check in before the end of the evening here. 73, Gary, and over to you. I think it was Jim. WB6JNN. Go ahead, K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, WB6JNN. And you're varying anywhere from S8 to 10 over 9. So it's up and down. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'll keep as clear as I can and as sort of space out my words a little bit for you so that maybe you can hear me. Yeah, we've been having real good tomatoes coming out of our garden here. And got flowers on the lemon cukes and on the summer squash, but no fruit yet. So there you go. K6MYC, WB6JNN.
We want to have you give your call sign and your Bozo number. You're coming in nicely, and Judy's copying 100%. So if you would give your Bozo number and your call one more time for her ears, I'd appreciate it, Jim. Go ahead.
Yeah, Bozo number is 285-285. Willie Baker 6, Japan, Norway, WB6JNN.
Got it. Thank you very much, Jim. We're trying to get that. If you guys can hold that protocol, I know you're old timers and you tend not to put the number with it, but it helps Judy a lot, and it keeps me from having to repeat it and make transmissions here saying the same thing over and over again. Not that I'm lazy, but I just want her to be able to get it. And it's better if she hears it directly, and probably helps her remember it better too. And she hears it all together like that in your voice. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Jim. And, of course, we'll look for you tomorrow night on 222. Good signals tonight. Yours very, very Q5. I don't have any noise this evening other than this damned air conditioner going behind me. Two fans, one in front of me. The big W6PQL amplifier is right in front of me about 3 feet from the microphone, and the air conditioner's at my rear about 3 feet back from me. So between the two of them, the white noise from the fans is not helping my poor old hearing here. That's why I like the Bluetooth. We'll be working on that as time goes on here. Anyway, 7-3, take a transmission and wrap it up. And I would assume your temperatures were right around 78 to 80 in East San Jose this afternoon. WB6JNN, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay. K6MYC, WB6JNN. I do have a copy of the Bozo list by call sign and by number, if that would help Judy to find things. I just resorted it in Excel. I could ship a copy of that to you in Excel if you have a computer that you can print it out from.
That would probably be helpful. In Excel would probably be good. I think we can print it in Excel.
Okay, I haven't used that.
Well, it depends on how it comes, but it wouldn't hurt to send it to her. You want to send it to my email or your email? Why don't you have them send it to your email?
Send it to my email, because I can't print the Proton yet.
Oh, you have to send it to the. Tell him what's your email.
My email. We have the animals in here. JICOMM 606@yahoo.com. All small letters.
All right, can you repeat that again?
Do it phonetically. Julia, India.
Julia, India, Caravan, Oscar, Mike, 06@yahoo.com. Over.
I got it. JICOMM06 yahoo.com. Okay, very good.
Right, very good. She can print from her Yahoo and the computer, but we haven't been able to get the proton mail to print from her computer yet. That's just
upgrade.
Yeah, we need to upgrade that, I guess. Anyway, thanks for that, Jim. It would be helpful for her occasionally to have that, at least as a reference. Sometimes I'm not even sure what I write down. When she isn't able to get out here right on time, I write the numbers down, and sometimes I write something that's illegible. We could usually figure it out, but it'd be quicker if we had the number things there that we could reference against. Could that be 611, or would it be 610, or what is that? All right. Thanks, Jim. Good evening to you. We'll see you tomorrow night on 222, if not. Yeah, she appreciates it. WB6JNN, K6MYC, bye for your final, and then we'll stand by for any other break check-ins from the Bay Area.
Yeah, I'll see if I still have a copy of that. If I don't, I'll make a new copy of it and ship it off to the email there. WB6JNN.
Thank you, sir.
KB6BA.
KB6BA. Okay, you want to do me a favor, Oliver, and at the same time you say that, also say your Bozo number for Judy. You're coming in loud and clear, and she can copy it. She's trying to learn call signs and Bozo numbers right together. That way I don't have to keep repeating them over.
Yeah, very good. Call us KB6BA Kilo Bravo 6 Bravo Alpha. Bozo number is 900-900. Over.
Got it. Thank you, Oliver.
Yeah, good to hear you. So I went for a hike today. Got back. It's been a week since I got back from Europe, and I think I'm back to my hiking routine. And the weather's nice and warm here. K6MYC, KB6BA.
Yeah, well, was it warm in Europe, or was it cooler where you were? Where were you in Europe?
London and environs. One day it got up to the 70s, but we're sort of in the high 60s. Typical England weather, I think.
Yeah, it probably is. It's like San Francisco. Their summers are like winters in the rest of the country. Okay, very good. Getting back to normal and enjoying a little bit warmer weather. Yeah, it's not too warm right now. It's just it should be really pleasant in your area. It was pretty nice here. We had 92, and that's cool for us. So we were enjoying that both in the morning. It only was gently warmer in the middle of the day, but we did take a nice little ride around the property about 9 o'clock this morning. I had a great time. Sat out on one of our peaks and contemplated our navel. Looked at the scenery. It was gorgeous and very calm and quiet. We both looked at each other and said, "Boy, is it quiet out here." Yeah, you guys in the cities, you don't know how quiet it is over here. Over.
Yeah, a different lifestyle, that's for sure. So you mentioned Mike K6QFO before. He's Bozo number 613-613. I talk to him from time to time locally up here in various repeaters, but I'll pass along your interest for him to show up in that Bozo Net if I hear him. KB6BA.
A lot of times he's not at home. At least that was his excuse in the early days, and now I don't know what he's doing, but I think he's got Gary taking over for him, so Gary is representing that little area near them. But it would be good to have Mike checking in more often. And thanks for reminding me, 613. Yes, I knew it was a number that was, for me, it's an easy one to remember, but not over a 6-month period. I can't remember anything over that length of time unless it's my birth date. Anyway, thanks, Oliver. Good to hear you, and of course we'll look for you. I don't think you have 222, do you?
No gear set up for that.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll see. If nothing else, maybe we'll see you on 6 meters tomorrow night, but we'll do 222 at 7:30, and then about 8:15 we switch over to 6 meters, as you know. Hopefully we'll hear your check-in. We only had 16 check-ins the other day on 6 meters. It was really a weak night. Normally we get 30 to 35 check-ins. So I don't know what happened the other night, but nobody checked in. Only had 2 people in the whole Bay Area. And of course we're missing the mainstay in the Bay Area, W6PQL. But he's in the Azores now doing some 2-meter moon runs, I'm sure. 73, Oliver, thank you, and I'll turn it back to you for your final, and we'll take a standby and see if Ed, WA6AXX, or anybody else is in there tonight, over.
Okay, good to hear you, Bob, and I'll next see you Tuesday night on 1296. So take care, KB6BA.
Yeah, we'll look for you on 1296 for sure. And how about Stan? Are you in here tonight, Stan, AB6 Sugar Radio?
Yes, I'm in here waiting.
Okay, well, give us your call sign and your Bozo number so Judy can record it in her mental memory.
Alpha Bravo 6 Sierra Romeo AB6SR, and the Bozo number is 807807. Back to you.
07.
Yeah, 807. You got it. Okay. He doesn't drink a lot of 807s, but he drinks a lot of Merlot. But I don't know what the number for Merlot would be. Would you know what it is, Stan?
Well, oddly enough, when we were in England about 4 or 5 weeks ago, we bought a bottle from a place called M&S Food, and it had number 35 on it. Just number 35, and it was a nice Merlot. It was about 11 pounds, which is what here, probably about $14 a bottle. So how are things here in Los Gatos today? We had a bit warmer than Jim. It was 84 here today, a bit warmer than yesterday. So like you, I did quite a bit of gardening for a couple of hours this morning, 2 or 3 hours. Dozed off after lunch and dozed off again after dinner, but here I am. Hopefully I'll stay awake for 6 meters tomorrow. Back to you, K6MYC AB6SR.
Well, I'm pretty good at falling asleep. I fall asleep almost every day without question when I'm watching the news. And it doesn't matter what's on or who's talking. Fell asleep for just a few minutes right in the middle of Levin today, and he's one of my favorite shows on the weekends. Anyway, I did catch a nap through that period, but I don't usually fall asleep during the nets here. You guys don't give me a chance to doze off here. Thanks, Stan. Number 807, but it could be 35. Thank you.
Yeah, it was a bit odd. We went back for a second bottle, maybe a third too. I don't know, but it was warmer than I thought it would be in Britain when we were there. The last few days it was about 80 degrees, so they certainly get some warmer weather than when I used to live there 40 years ago. Certainly different weather. And when we were in Paris, it was 75, 76 during the day. Very, very, very pleasant. Not at all like the opening ceremony when it poured with rain. So did watch it for all that because we saw quite a lot of the goings on when we were there. But that was in mid-June. Now we're near the end of July, so time flies. Okay, back to you. See if there's anybody else in the Bay Area. I haven't heard Ed for a week or two now. K6MYC AB6SR.
Yeah, well, he's been in, but he's intermittent for. I think he's still trying to put his shack together the right way. And some days he gets in, and some days he doesn't. We'll find out. Ed, are you there? WA6AXX, Los Gatos, Syria, K6MYC. No, he's taking a Sunday hiatus. Sometimes he's out to dinner and doing other things with the wife a little bit more often lately than not. Anyway, thank you, Stan. Good to hear you. Let's see, is there anybody else in the Bay Area before we slide up to Oakley and listen for N6 Radio Oakley? K6MYC Bozo Net, Bay Area, looking for a 775 or others, over.
KF6QCH 787.
There you are. Thank you, Jimmy. KF6QCH. And I know Judy heard the number, but I'll repeat it since I won't make you do it. You did it properly. 787, Jimmy. And a good signal. And I haven't heard anything from Mike tonight. So I don't know whether sometimes he checks in early and can't get back here. Have you heard Mike, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie tonight, Jimmy?
K6NYT, KF6QCH. No, Mike, haven't heard him. Usually he jumps in a little earlier than I am, over.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's usually earlier than you. You're right. But you're holding a fort tonight, I guess. Maybe he'll be in here tomorrow night. Anyway, great to hear you. Good signal. Everybody's got good signals, and I don't think I had to struggle with anybody. Part of that is because I don't have any noise. My solar noise is from my neighbor is way down today, if at all, because it's quite cool here. Judy's having a tough time with the net tonight because she's got my cat, Blackie, that just decides he wants to make love to Judy, and he's sitting on her lap and putting his nose on her nose, and he's rubbing on the logbook here, and he's just looking for company. He's been a little bit beside himself. We've got another black cat. You may have heard about this, but we have another stray cat that's now become a member of the family. But he's not real. He's a real nice cat. He's totally black, like obsidian. You know, the black glass that's volcanic. I call him Abby for obsidian, but it's kind of a twisted name. But I call him Abby. But he's totally black, and Blackie here is totally black, except our Blackie's got white feet. That's the only way you can tell them apart. They have similar body styles and everything, but they don't get along with each other real well. And so Abby's starting to be very friendly and cozying up to Judy and I when we're on the patio, and whenever we're out, he comes up and rubs us and sits with us and just enjoys our company. And it keeps the other cats away. So now when Blackie gets a chance to get in here, boy, he's sitting on Judy's lap, and he's one happy camper. So much for that. KF6QCH for your final, Jimmy. K6MYC, over.
Roger, Mike, Roger. Yeah, I don't have to turn on my PF to get a pretty good signal here. Anyway, good evening to both of you, and 73. K6MYT, KF6QCH. Back to you.
Okay, did you say you heard a breaker in there?
Negative.
Okay. Very good. Your signal went down a little bit on that transmission. I don't know what happened, but where am I pointed here?
288.
Yeah, well, that's about perfect for Jimmy. 288 should be right on you. Anyway, Jimmy, thank you for coming in, as always, and a pleasure to hear you. KF6QCH, near San Francisco, or in San Francisco there somewhere, K6MYC. Anybody else in the Bozo Net area, in the Bay Area for the Bozo Net check-ins, over? I guess not. We'll go right on up to Oakley. Here we go.
Here he comes.
Here I come. And let's hear N6RO with an 835 on the end for Judy's ears. Go ahead.
K6MYC, N6RO, Bozo 835. High temperature 84. Very nice. I didn't go out much. I've been watching the Olympics both days today. Typical couch potato activity. Station activity was by K3EST operating in the IOTA contest. He made 820 some contacts. 74 hours. And they'd probably be third in the U.S. He hasn't reported his score, but I know what it is. Anyway, that's enough for now. Please pet all of your cats for me. N6RO.
Okay. And fine on K3AST, and his score sounds like a pretty reasonable score there. What was the name of the contest again? It wasn't the IOTA contest, was it?
Yeah, IOTA, Islands on the Air. Bob does that every year.
Okay, but do you get points for just working other people as well, or do you only get points when you work islands?
You work everybody, but you get 15 points if you get an island, and 2 points if he's not island.
Okay. Well, he made I don't think. Well, there's probably 800 islands out there, but boy, that would take quite an effort over quite a length of time with a lot of effort going to those islands. Most of them, some of those 800 islands are not inhabited except by de-expeditions and stuff. So, do you know how many island stations he worked?
Let's see. I don't have his QSO breakdown, but he did have, let me find it here, something like 189 IOTAs, multipliers.
Holy cow, that's phenomenal. That's really good. And he was using all bands?
Yeah, all bands, both modes, phone and CW.
Okay, well, that's really an effort. He did a really outstanding job. Congratulate him for that. That's amazing. I was on an IOTA de-expedition one time. I went out to Ponape. And I went along as they had invited me because they had an open seat on the boat, and I had 6 meters and 2 meter moon bounce on the trip, but the rest of the group all did IOTA from Ponape and the little islands around in that area. It was quite a deal. Anyway, thanks, Ken, and of course we'll see you tomorrow night on 222. I think you've got that working now that you rattled a few wires and waved your blessed hands over the thing, and it's working. So we'll see you there, and then on 6 as well. And N6 Radio, Oscar, maybe you can stick around. Maybe you are hearing some of the guys I'm not hearing lately. K6MYC.
Yeah, okay. I've had the high 9 element on the Bay Area, South Bay, and I can hear some of the guys, but most of them are pointed at you, so I'm off their side. Anyway, I had something else to say. Oh, yeah. The only problem this weekend was with the Green Heron controllers that control the stack matches on 4 bands that have stacks, and also rotator controls. And about half the contest, it was all messed up. I finally straightened it out this morning after the contest ended, but it really slowed Bob down, not being able to know where his antennas were or which ones were connected. But that's life. N6RO.
Yeah, you obviously know how to work around it if you got a score like you had, or he got a score like he did. So, outstanding effort. Thank you, Ken. Good to hear you. I have not heard the other Ken in here this evening. We did have a Ken in Santa Barbara check in, but tonight I couldn't hear him. Last week, I think on Wednesday night, he was on a mountaintop in Santa Barbara running 50 watts into a little log like you have, and we could hear him nicely here. I never hear Santa Barbara, but except for the fact that he was on top of the mountain, and we had quite a surprise contact with him, but his name was also Ken, N6QH something. I can't remember what it was. Doesn't matter. But we don't have that many Kens. We got lots of Mikes, but I think we have more Mikes than any other name of all things. I don't know why that is. 7-3, we'll see you tomorrow night, Ken. N6 Radio Oakley, K6MYC. Anybody else while I'm pointed this direction?
N1TPP, 336. 336.
Okay, I hear 2 of you. Dave, stand by a second. N1PPP. Who was the other one?
756.
Okay, stand by, Darren. We'll catch you in just a second. Good signal. Okay, N1PPP 336, and I assume you also have Kent in there, over. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, we got Kent too, KA6OSX 160.
Roger, KA6OSX 160. I'm repeating it for Judy. She heard it probably, but you did a perfect job of broadcasting it, but
KA6.
Yeah, KA6, Ocean Sugar X-Ray. It's a pretty new call for her, so she's just getting used to that one. Thank you, Dave. Good to hear you, and quite a nice signal this evening from the Clear Lake area.
Oh yeah, you're about a 2x1 right now, but they're not very good right this second.
Well, you're Q5. You're going down a little bit, but you're still very, very Q5. I'm running 1,500 watts. I'm always surprised you don't hear us better, over. See, I'm copying you, and you're not hearing me.
Well, I guess it's just the propagation.
Yeah, it must be. All right, 7-3. We'll look for you tomorrow night. I don't know if you guys have 222, but we'll maybe work you on 6 anyway. 7-3, N1PPP. With KA6OSX back in the saddle, K6MYC. And over to you, Darren. KJ6KFB. Go ahead and say your Bozo number and your call sign so Judy can hear it from your lips. You're quite strong tonight, Darren, over.
No, very good. Booming right in here. Yes, everything's working well. Kilo Juliet 6, Kilo Foxtrot Bravo 756. And I'm going to have to get on the telly and wake somebody else up. I know John's waiting in the wings. He can probably swing over and catch him next. I hadn't heard anybody else in Sacramento pop in as of yet. KJ6, KFB.
Okay. Well, you're still doing a very nice job. I'm surprised I didn't hear you the other night on 222. I think we got you checked in, but boy, it was marginal. Tonight the conditions are really good, and everybody's got good signals. There hasn't been one single station that I've had to struggle with. So very good copy. Thank you for that, and we'll probably catch Bill at the same time we go for John here. I'll go get John right now. Thank you, Darren. Good to hear you. KJ6KFB, K6MYC, going up to KR6MR. John?
Yeah, good evening, Mike and the group. KR6MR, Bozo 759.
Yeah, very good, and thank you for giving the call sign and the Bozo number, John. How are you doing? We missed you last week a couple of days, but I guess you were either struggling with hot weather or something kept you out of the shack on a couple of nights, over.
It was the hot weather, and I had a little surgery thing on my neck. I had a little cancer bump. So they've got about 8 stitches inside of my neck, and it's right where my collar hits it, everything hits it, and it was just irritating.
Yeah, well, hopefully it sounds like you got through that in good shape. I have had a lot of those little real minor surgeries for that kind of stuff. Mine were minor. I don't think I've had any of them that were anything, and just take a few stitches and very, very much in-office visit type stuff. But yeah, you got to keep after it. I'm 87 and my skin's old, and I was naughty when I was young. I tried to get a suntan every time I was out in the sun, over.
Oh yeah, we've all been there. This is not my first rodeo. This one I think was about 8 or 10 stitches, but he called it a running football stitch. You tie it at one end, you loop through, you pull it, and you tie it off at the other end. He did that on top of my head about 2 months ago, and that was 22 loops in a U shape, so it looks like a little horse kicked me.
You mean 22 stitches? Is that what you call loops?
Yeah, 22 loops in the running stitch.
Yeah, that's a pretty big one. I don't think I've had more than 6 or 7. But yeah. Okay. Well, it looks like you're you're keeping up with it anyway, John.
Glad you're taking good care of yourself.
Yeah, Judy said you probably heard that. Over.
Yeah, thank you, Judy.
Okay. The cat is still laying on Judy's lap. He will not let her up. He will not let her do anything except hit her and take the log. He's got her down pat, boy. And he is really taking care of Judy tonight, giving her all the love that she can handle. Anyway, thank you, John. I guess you have not heard Bill yet, right?
No, I have not.
Okay, well, we had a kind of a strange weekend, and 2 days in a row we overslept. One day we didn't even wake up till about 10 o'clock. And then the next night we had a phone call in the middle of the night, which kept us awake for an hour or two, trying to unwind from that. It was nothing, but it was annoying to get one in the middle of the night and then have to sort out who it was. And it was a false alarm from our alert system. You know, we have a 360 alert thing that they check on us if there's a break-in or anything, and they had a tamper signal. And they called us at 3:30 in the morning, and of course that disturbs everybody. So those two things, and we just slept in. So I missed Bill the last couple of days here, which is not what I had planned at all. But we didn't even wake up today till after 9. So hopefully Bill will forgive me, and hopefully he'll come in and check in here. Thank you, John, and we'll see you perhaps tomorrow night on 6. KR6MR for your final K6MYC.
Yeah, okay. Bill's here. I just heard him pop in for a second. KR6MR 73.
73, John. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, I think you moved the beam past me there, Mike. But good evening, John. Good evening, Darren, if you can hear me. And good evening, Mike and Judy. KO6KD, number 776, checking in, saying good evening, and I'll get out of here.
Okay, good deal. I'm sorry I missed the 40-meter things the last 3 days. We've just been all screwed up with our timing. And you heard my explanation or my excuses. But I've had full intention of getting up this morning. We were going to go for a ride real early, and I wanted to get 8 o'clock to 8:30 with you guys and then go for a ride, and we didn't even wake up till... We did take our ride, but it was well past... and luckily, it was nice and cool. It was still a beautiful morning out there. But we hadn't driven on the property for close to 2 months, so Judy wanted to get out and try her hand at driving around our dirt roads, and we did good. We had a wonderful time, and it was very nice and perfect temperatures.
Took big cups of coffee with us.
There you go. Anyway, hope you're well and starting to get through your unwinding business there. KO6KD, I probably will be there tomorrow morning. I don't know why I wouldn't be, except every day's a new adventure. K6MYC.
Yeah, no worries, Mike, no worries. Excuse me, on Saturdays and Sundays, there's a group of guys that are at 138, and it gets to be a little tough with those guys there, and they sometimes go well after 8 o'clock. So I was listening to them this morning. I stuck around until it was about 8:45, and I just anyway, it was I turned it off, and that was that. So not a worry. Don't. It's not a problem, and I may not be there tomorrow. It's hard to say. Won't get into it, but I'll just say good evening, and good evening to everybody else out there. KO6KD. See you later, 73.
Okay, I hope to see you on 222 and perhaps 6 meters as well tomorrow night. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll certainly do my best to support the 220 contingency up here, but chances are you will not hear me on 6 just because of your noise and this damnable radio that I hate.
Well, I don't think I'll have the noise. The temperatures are going to remain low here, and I don't have any noise at all tonight, and 6 is quiet as well. So I might have a blessed, really good night tomorrow night on 6, and should be able to hear you no problem. You weren't the only one I couldn't hear. I couldn't hear anybody, hardly, even locals. I was struggling because of this crushing noise, but now that it's cooled down and gotten out of the mid-hundreds, why, it should be fine. Anyway, good evening to you, Bill, and we'll see you tomorrow morning perhaps, and tomorrow evening for sure. KO6KD 776. K6MYC clear, and anybody else in this direction? We're looking toward Reading. K6MYC calling and listening.
Yeah, KE6FW. KE6ILX mobile. Good evening.
Okay, we got KE6 India Lima X-ray 96. KE6ILX mobile. We hear you fine, Jeff. Take one. I also hear N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT checking in on CW. We hear you, Larry. You're checked in. We'll get you checked in, Larry. We'll be up that way in just another minute or two. KE6ILX, go ahead, Jeff. K6MYC.
Yeah, well, signals are really good tonight. I've been hearing you most of the time. I was working on a project over here on this side of the property, and I was hearing you on the loop. In fact, I tried to check in early, and somebody was barely hearing me in there. I couldn't quite detect who that was, but anyway, that's about it for now. KE6ILX 96 here, Grass Valley in the mobile.
Yeah, okay. Well, you might have been heard all the way down to Atascadero, because they were hearing somebody in there, but nobody could ever get a good enough signal. And of course, you would have been off the backside to me. So anyway, there you go. His number 96. Thank you, Jeff. Good evening to you, and thanks for making the effort to get out there in the mobile, my friend. We'll look for you tomorrow. And I know you don't have 222 going yet, but maybe we'll catch you on 6 meters from the mobile there with the whole loop, or with the power antenna, whatever it is there. 73 K6ILX for your final K6MYC.
Okay, yeah, it just depends on what's going on. It's hit or miss for me, because this time of year I'm coming back from the mining sites and other stuff I got going, so sometimes I don't quite make it in before before it's dark up here. Anyway, 73.
Okay, well, you got a lot of latitude on the 6 meter one. We're usually there from about 8:15 to at least 9 o'clock, so quite a bit of latitude on that one. All right, 73, my friend. Good to hear you as always. Let me look for Nevada. Not Nevada. I'm going to get Nevada, but you can write down, Judy. You can write N7 Whiskey Tango.
Got it. Larry.
Yeah, Larry. 657 is his number, 657. And we'll get up to Larry in a minute, but let me see if I've got Reading in here. Reading. Charlie November 80. KD6 Sugar Whiskey. Sopping wet. Go ahead.
Yeah, KD6 Shortwave, number 145, Reading.
Yeah, gotcha. Solid copy. Thanks for giving your Bozo number. Judy got it. And pretty good signal. You're up and down a little bit, but for the most part, it's going to be good signals tonight. Good to hear you, Rich. Why don't you take one and then shoot it down and see if Jerry's in there. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, probably cooler up there the last couple of days. K6MYC.
It was quite nice, in fact. I think it would probably get up maybe to the upper 80s, maybe to the low 90s today. Good day to be outside and doing yard work or mess around in the garden. Nothing else to report on here. Pretty much SOS. A nice quiet band this evening. Anyway, Jerry, are you on board?
Okay. Go ahead, Jerry. CK06HS. Go ahead, Jerry.
Hello, Jerry. Where are you?
Well, I'm not hearing Jerry. I thought I heard somebody else. That must have been Bill in there. Okay.
Jerry so far.
Yeah, well, that's okay. Jerry sometimes doesn't make it on Sunday night. He has family things. Understand there. Look, we did catch you last week. It was nice to have you check in with N6RO on 6 meters. I heard a little bit of your CW, but it was very light, and I'm glad that he picked it up because I wouldn't have caught it. It wasn't strong enough to even know it until he said, "Oh, there's CW in there," and then I heard traces. But it wasn't good propagation. But we got you checked in anyway on 6, so there you go. And who knows? Anyway, thank you, Rich. And yeah, we were in the lower 90s as well today. We were 92 today, so a little bit better than the hundreds we've been looking at. 73s. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully on 6 meters, Jerry. Rich. Jerry, one more call. KO6HS. KO6 Hotel Sugar. If you're still there, K6MYC. I don't hear Jerry. The other one we haven't heard tonight is Aaron. Somebody's running the stream, I would assume. Aaron, are you in here tonight and just being quiet? K6USY, K6MYC.
KM6SRR.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Aaron texted me, he's got something going on, I think a birthday for somebody, and he did started the stream portable, or mobile, over.
Okay, no problem. Well, we can check him in. He's valid when he does the stream. So put down K6USY and
1079.
1079 is correct. Yeah, Aaron. Okay, thank you for that update, Rob. Now let's see. I think we'll go one more call for anybody in the Sacramento area. We're missing N6RZJ, KW6T, and a couple of others maybe, K6MYC. Anybody else before we go to Nevada? Over. Okay, you had your chance, Nevada. Here we come. Here we go. Okay, Nevada, and I heard you already, Larry, so we'll turn it to you first. You're checked in, but we'll look forward to your strong sideband signal. You had a good signal on CW. N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC. Maybe he had to go. So let's try for, how about Daniel, KE7UQL? You're a stalwart. You're always there. Go ahead, Daniel. Yeah, KE7UQL. A little bit on the light side, but we got you. 272. Got you all okay, Daniel. Thanks for being there. And, of course, we heard Larry on CW earlier, but I did not hear him come back this time. Maybe he had to go QRT. It is a little bit past 9 o'clock here. What the hell time is it? Yeah.
8 to 9.
No, it's not after 9. Maybe Larry's trying to get to bed early tonight. Anyway, very good. And thank you for being there. As always, Daniel, we'll look for you big time on 222 tomorrow night. And in the meantime, let me see if Richard is in here. Richard, how about at KD6BQ in Wausau Valley? KD6BQ 249, K6MYC.
K6MYC, KD6BQ number 249. You're up on a peak, and Larry's also in here too, over.
Okay, well, turn it over to Larry. I didn't hear Larry come back to me last time, so N7WT, go ahead, Larry. Larry's not hearing me.
K6MYC. N7WT, I guess you didn't hear my CW earlier. Or if you did, I didn't hear you acknowledge it. Anyway, we're here for the moment. N7WT. 7 over.
Yeah, okay. N7WT, light at the moment, but your CW, when I was pointed towards Sacramento, was much stronger. So lots of Queen Sugar Baker tonight, Larry. Look forward tomorrow. Look forward to tomorrow, and Richard, if he's not copying me, you can relay. We'll look for him on 222. KD6BQ, K6MYC. Go ahead, Richard. Did we lose the band?
Richard's not hearing you right now, Mike. N7WT, you're 5 and 6 the last over. 5 and 6.
Oh, okay. No, we heard Richard fine just a minute ago. He came in and said, Larry's there, go ahead and pick him up, and that's when we called you in, over.
Well, we doubled now. You're 5 and 7, 5-8, Mike. N7WT. Richard couldn't hear you when you called him.
Yeah, no, you're strong. You're coming up all the time. Very good signal, and we had good signals from you on CW as well, Larry. Good to hear you, and we'll look forward to hopefully hearing you tomorrow on 222. We haven't heard you for a week or so on 222. N7 Whiskey Tango, okay, 6MYC in the group, over.
Yeah, you're back down in the noise again. You went from 5 and 9 into the noise, and we did work on 222 last Sunday. I just didn't get on the radio after that until now. Over.
Okay, well, you're perfectly Q5 here and way above the noise, so you must have local noise there. Let you go, and I'll shoot it back over to Richard. If Richard doesn't pick it up, Daniel, you pick it up. KD6BQ, K6MYC. Go ahead, Richard. Okay, boy, it's weak for some reason. Band is very flaky for us here this evening. Thank you, Richard. 7373. KD6BQ. Over to you, Daniel, for a wrap. KE7UQL, K6MYC.
Semi-711.
Roger, John.
This is KE7UQL, 73.
Yeah, very good, John, and very good, Daniel. Thank you, 73. Well, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night on 222. And good evening to you, John. K6 Mexico, Italy, 711. K6MYC. Take a transmission, John.
Well, thank you. Just got home from music camp and had to go out shopping. No food around. But this is good. I'm debating what to do for the 220 and up contest next week. Hopefully Saturday night we can do 220 and 432 and 902 and 1.2 and even higher if I can find anyone to talk to.
Well, I guess I could get on and on 222 Saturday night and 432. We could probably work those two bands. I probably should do that. Maybe we can help gather a few people together. So maybe this week we'll announce that starting at 7:30 to 9, we'll do 222 and 432. Unfortunately, they're in the same shack, so it makes it easy for me. I just have to switch antennas. It'll be real easy to do next Saturday night. Thank you for reminding me, John, and let's promote that. You might pass it on to the other guys, and I'll try to get on and make noise and try to rattle a few cages. Over.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Okay, very good. 7-3 for now. And thanks for checking in, John. I think we're just about done with the net. I think we'll go back to the Bay Area for late checks and missed, and then maybe look at Porterville and see if Eddie's going to be in there.
How about the Kerman area? KJ6TYO 1009.
KJ6TYO 1009. Good evening, Ron. Thank you for coming in. Better late than never. Big signal, of course. You're romping in here. The old chicken part hauler.
Yeah, well, you're pointed right at me or pretty darn close, so I rely on your good antenna systems and your radio, so yeah, I kind of cheat and wait for you to kind of be pointed out west. So anyway, hey, good evening, and good talking to you, and good talking to you back a couple of weeks ago there on 40 meter.
Yeah, that was a pleasure to have you in there. I've been a little flaky on 40 the last few days. We've overslept for any number of reasons the last couple of days, so I haven't been out there at 8 o'clock like I should be, but I'll try to be there again tomorrow. Anyway, thank you for checking in, Ron. Great to hear you. I'm actually pointed due north, but when I'm pointed north, I get huge backscatter signals from the Sierras on you guys in South Fresno. You and Aaron and a couple of others down there just roar in here when I'm pointed this way. Over.
Okay. All right. Well, real good. You have a good evening, and tell Judy thanks for checking me in there. I believe she's in there. So, all right. And we'll let you continue on, and maybe go have some big bowl of ice cream there when the net's over. All right. Take care. KJ6TYO 1009, and we're clear.
K6US.
Thanks, Ron.
And we hear K6USY. Good evening. You back from the birthday party?
Yes, sir. Yeah, K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100 K6ZKA.
Got it. Thank you, Aaron. We didn't have your wife checked in. When you're missing, we just check you in because you do the live stream. But when you're in the house, why we put you and the wife both in there. So 1100 for Brittany, of course. And thank you very much. We're going to about a minute from getting out of here, but I'm going to go back and check with the Bay Area quickly and see if there's any others in the Bay Area, and then we'll go down and look at Patterson, or not Patterson, but Porterville, and see if there's anybody there. Here we go.
Hey, good evening, Ron. If you're still in there, KJ6TYO, you're booming in here, KM6SRR.
All right, good evening, Rob.
Yeah, there's no problem with your radio system. It's working great there, over.
All right, well, good, because it's been in a bag for the last 2 weeks. I just hooked it up.
Well, you're doing good there. Thanks for being there.
Yeah, Ron, and you got a weak S9 signal over here.
Oh, man, something's got to be hooked up wrong.
K6USY. I hear a GGY in the background.
Okay, I'm heading toward 285, but I overshot. I went to 150 instead. I forgot about the Bay Area, and I said it, and then I went right on by it. So I'm coming back up on the Bay Area for late checks and mist. Late checks and mist in the Bay Area, Central California, calling Northern California on the 2-meter Bozo Net.
285.
Yeah, we are there now. Pointed toward the Bay Area. Bozo Net, late checks or missed. K6MYC, 2 meters, over.
Hey, Mike, Aaron said he heard GGY in there.
Okay, WB6GGY not pointed at you, but we'll take you, Phil. Go ahead.
Yeah, Bozo 884. Bozo 884. WB6GGY.
Yeah, gotcha, Phil. Gotcha. Very weak. I won't rotate because even Judy copied it with your good audio, but we're very, very light. Of course, pointed toward the Bay Area. Thanks for checking in. I think you told me you were going to be late. You had some kind of a thing Sunday night. So I'm glad that we hung around long enough to get you in here, Phil. 70, and maybe we'll see you in the morning on 40 meters, Phil. WB6GGY, K6MYC.
Roger. Look for you in the morning. 7373. You and Judy have a good evening. WB6GGY.
Roger, 73 Phil. Thanks again for checking in here. Better late than never. Hi. Okay, one last call. Bay Area late checks or missed. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, 2-meter Bozo Net. Not hearing anybody new, so I guess we'll go to Patterson and give Eddie a shot, and then that'll be it.
You mean Porterville?
I don't know why I keep saying Patterson. I know better. Okay, now I'm heading toward 152, K6MYC Bozo Net. Anybody hearing me anywhere that wants to check in before we close the net? K6MYC. Never get anybody when I do that.
Yeah, the guys down south like to be called out, KE6BK, Eddie, on tonight for the 2-meter Bozo Net, KM6SRR with K6MYC, standing by. KE6BK, Eddie, you on tonight? I'm not hearing him, Mike.
I'm not hearing him either. KE6BK or anybody else in Porterville. We do have another Bozo member in Porterville, but he hasn't checked in for quite a while. And we also have Visalia, WA6PYP. Haven't heard Greg for a while either. Anybody anybody down south for late checks are missed. K6MYC, 2-meter Northern California Bozo Net. Okay, guys, we're done. We'll see you all tomorrow, or some of you on 222, and then the other parts of you on 6. Good night for now. Aaron, 73s, 73 Frank. Anybody else that's left here? K6MYC.
Good night, Mike and Judy, W6BBS.
Alrighty, good night, everybody, and good night to everybody on YouTube. K6USY, DMO6.
73, Aaron. Good night, Rob.
Okay, Mike, how many did you get?